Hello, today I would like to show you how to set up a Spring Boot project. We will be setting project for a RESTful web service. At the beginning, let's verify if we have installed Java and also the Maven. So to check if we have installed Java is java-version. And as you can see, I'm using the Java 8. And also let's check the version of Maven. And it is the Maven 3.5.3. Also, I am using Eclipse as my IDE. Okay, so let's create new project. We have to then click the file, select new, and we will be creating Maven project. So we have to click other. And over here we have to select Maven folder. And over here we have Maven project. And we click next. Over here we have to provide group ID and also artifact ID. The group ID is the ID of the group or some other organization that the project belongs to. So we'll type over here CodefForge YouTube. Also we have artifact ID, and this is basically name of the project. And we will name our project students-service. After this, we click finish. And as you can see in the left top corner, here is our project. So let's expand it. In the project, we have some default packages. Also, we have links to some libraries over here. There's a lot of them. Under this, we have directories. And the last one is pom.xml. POM stands for Project Object Model. In this file, we can find configuration that is used by Maven to build the project. Okay, so let's open it. And we have this weird view. So to go to the XML, we have to click over here at the bottom, pom.xml. Okay, so let's go over the file structure. First thing we have is the POM model version, and this is always the version 4. After this we have group ID, which is the group or organization name. Very often it is inverted domain name. After this we have artifact ID, so the project name. And the last is the version of our project. To use Spring Boot, we have to modify this file a little bit. First thing we have to do is to add the parent POM. To do it, we have to type parent tags. And between these tags, we have to use another tag, and it will be group ID. And inside group ID, we have to type org.springframework, because we want to use Spring Framework, and boot. Now we have to provide the artifact tag. So we have to specify which artifact we want to use, and it will be spring-boot-starter-parent. Okay, and last thing we have to provide is the version. So we use version tag, and it will be 2.0.3.3, like this. Parent POM is set up, so now we have to add dependencies. To add dependencies, we have to go under the parent tag and use dependencies tag. Okay. And now I will paste some of them to save time. By the way, to format code in the Eclipse, we have to press Ctrl-Shift-F. First on the list is Spring Boot Starter Web, and this is dependency which allow us to create RESTful services and also Spring MVC applications. This dependency is also using Tomcat server as the container. Second on the list is Spring Boot Starter Test. And this one allows us to test Spring Boot applications with libraries like JUnit. Next on the list is JSON path, and it allows us to analyze, transform, and also extract data from the JSON structure. It is pretty much the same what is XPath for XML. After this, we have Spring Boot Starter Data JPA, and this one allows us to use Spring Data JPA, which stands for Java Persistence API. So the JPA is the kind of object relational mapper. And the last dependency, PostgreSQL, is the JDBC driver for the PostgreSQL database. Now we have to add new build plugin. So we go under the dependencies and we have to type the build. So opening tag, build, closing tag. Now between the build tags, we have to add new tag, which one is plugins. And inside of this, we want to add the plugin. And as before, we have to specify the group ID and also artifact ID. So the group ID will be org.springframework.boot, and the artifact ID will be spring-boot-maven-plugin. Okay. In short, this plugin provides Spring Boot support in Maven. We have only two more things to add. First one is repositories, and the second one is plugin repositories. Normal repositories are for dependencies, so let's add one. And we go under the build tag, and over here we want to add repositories tag. And inside we want to add repository. Okay. Between the repository tags, I will paste the ID and the URL of this repository. Now let's add a repository for the plugins. So we go under the repositories tags and we have to type plugin repositories tag. And inside we have to create plugin repository. Over here I will also paste the ID and the URL. Okay, and also let's format the code. In short, repositories tells Maven where to look for the artifacts. And so repositories between the plain repositories tags are for dependencies over here, and the repositories between plugin repositories tags are for plugins. Okay, I think this is all for this video. We have created new Maven project and also POM configuration file. And so now we are ready to start to develop our first Spring Boot web service. In the next video, we will create application properties file to connect with the database, and also we will run and test out our web service. Remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel.